Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, people. It looks like the Chicago Bears have done the impossible. We finally break the losing streak. We broke a couple of streaks with this game today. Not only did we break our, 10-game losing streak in the season, we've lost every game since the Hail Mary, but we also broke an 11-game streak against the Packers. I think the Packers had beaten the Bears 11 games in a row, but that all came to an end today because the Chicago Bears defeat the Green Bay Packers 24-22 in Lambeau Field on a game-winning field goal by Cairo Santos. Oh, so sweet. The Packer fans got to live with that until they get to their little playoff run, which they'll be promptly eliminated probably by the Eagles next week. But the Packer fans got to live with that all offseason. They got to live with the fact that the Bears came into their precious Lambeau Field with a rookie quarterback with Caleb Williams and beat them. They got to live with that, baby. And it is so sweet. We love it. But, it's funny as I'm watching the broadcast and one of the announcers on the telecast is like, yo, Bear fans are sitting back wondering, how are the Bears going to mess this up? And then not even 20 seconds later, Caleb Williams throws a pass to DJ Moore, and DJ Moore fumbles the pass. Packers recover the fumble, and then they go on to kick a go-ahead field goal with, I think, 50-something seconds left in the game or whatever. I forget how much time was left, but I think it was like 40, 50 seconds left. The Packers go ahead on the field goal, and then Caleb Williams drives the Bears down into field goal range, and then Cairo Santos redeems himself from, I think, what was it, week 9 or whatever the case? Maybe I forget what that was, but Cairo Santos redeems himself, and he kicked a game-winning field goal, which beats the Packers today. But that is just the beginning, you all. The season is over with. I think most of us were waiting for the season to come to an end. It is now over, and now the what comes next comes. But before I get into all that, right, I just need to say to you all that I think those of y'all that have watched this channel for any particular point in time know that I was on the Thomas Brown bandwagon. I wanted Thomas Brown to succeed. I wanted him to go like 5-0 if possible, but I thought he would at least win like 3 games or something, right? He ended up winning 1. But I thought he would do a lot better than he ended up doing. And the problem with Thomas Brown is that throughout these 5 games, watching him be the head coach, it was more of the same. I didn't really see much different from when Eberflus was coaching the team. Not to mention the team really, for most of the game, played with less fire than they were playing when Eberflus was still the head coach. But again, they won today, so they won a game. They beat the Packers, something that Matt Eberflus had never done in his 3 years. Thomas Brown did today. So at the very minimum, Thomas Brown could take that away. He beat the Packers. He is a Bears coach who beat the Green Bay Packers, which have been rare lately. But Thomas Brown, bye. Duh. When you have your exit interview, and I know they announced this morning on, I think on ESPN, Ryan Poles did indicate that Thomas Brown would get a head coaching interview. And I know a lot of people are mad about this. Number one, I'm not mad about it. I always expected Thomas Brown to get a head coaching interview with the Bears. It would be a disservice by the Bears organization if they didn't give him a head coaching interview, especially given everything that they put him up against, right? They promoted him twice in 17 days, whatever, and they put him in a situation where he couldn't possibly succeed, and he didn't. I really thought the Bears were going to go in a different direction when he took over the helm, but I guess most people expected him to not do much, and he didn't. But some of the game management and the play call from Thomas Brown were absolute just garbage. God awful. And I'm just thinking to myself, what are you, Matt Eberflus' disciple? What is really going on? How can you call these plays in today's game? How many times can you call a wide receiver screen and have the Packers shut it down before you go to switching something else? Damn, Thomas. There ain't that many wide receiver screens in the world, bro. But he kept calling it over and over and over again. And I'm like, damn, bro, stop calling the wide receiver screen. And then you draw up a play where Keenan Allen is throwing the football? What? How? Bro, again, these are things that you do when you have a comfortable lead, which the Bears did not have, okay? At that point, I think the Bears were by maybe like 4 points, whatever the case may be. And then he had Keenan Allen throw a pass. And of course, Keenan Allen throws an interception. And then later on in the game, when the Bears score a touchdown and they go for 2 points for whatever reason, I don't know. I still don't know why he went for 2 points the first time, but they go for 2 points. And the 2-point play is another Keenan Allen throw, which thankfully this time he didn't throw it. But the Bears got lucky because the official called a penalty on the Packers on that play. So the Bears ended up going for the extra point after the penalty was assessed. But why is Keenan Allen throwing the ball? Why? Under no circumstances should Keenan Allen be throwing a pass. I'm sorry. He's a wide receiver. He has a hard enough time catching the ball, let alone throwing the ball. But we want to have him throw the ball. I mean, just stuff like that from Tommy Brown, it will irk the hell out of me, man. So, between the game management and the play calls and him just not really putting Caleb Williams in any type of a position to succeed, I'm over it. And I was a big fan of Tommy Brown, but don't let the door hit you on the way out, Thomas. You will not be missed, my guy, okay? You will not be missed. I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavor, but they cannot be in Chicago, Tommy Brown. You're gone. I'm not mad that you're getting a head coaching interview, but Ryan Poles cannot possibly hire you after what we've seen for the past 5 weeks. It can't happen. And I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm not even worried about that. And we're going to talk more about Ryan Poles later in his job security or not. Because I don't think the Bears are going to fire Ryan Poles. There's some talk that he might be fired. I even said it in the recent video that I think he could be fired because of the Bears haven't talked to any head coaching candidates lately, but I don't think you're going to fire Ryan Poles due to the fact that the Bears just beat the Packers, which is just that you all need to understand how big this organization views beating the Packers. So that 1 minute win alone might have saved Ryan Poles' job if it was in jeopardy to begin with. But a lot of people, and I reported this earlier, I think a week or so ago, I reported that I felt like Poles would be extended. And there were reports that Poles were going to be extended. So I think Poles is going to be extended. He's going to lead the head coaching search because, again, Albert Breer reported that that's what the McCaskey wanted. But I did say in my last video, I think, or the video before last, that I felt like there was a possibility that he could have been fired because the Bears have yet to interview anybody. And there were people out there that they could have talked to, like a Bill Belichick, like a Mike Vrabel, like a Pete Carroll. All these people the Bears could have talked to already, but they haven't talked to anybody. Why? And my only thought was, well, if Ryan Poles is going to be fired, then it would make sense that the Bears have not talked to anybody. But by all accounts, Kevin Warren said he's leading the search. Then Albert Breer came out last week and said that the McCaskey want Poles leading the search. So you're telling me one thing, but your actions indicate another. I don't know. But after today, I don't think Ryan Poles is going anywhere. So now that the season is officially over and we have these extra interviews tomorrow, now we can really begin this head coaching search full tilt. Ryan Poles will be the lead. So with that, I don't think there's a world where Ryan Poles is going to hire Tommy Brown to be the full-time head coach. Also, I saw this out there that there's this thought process that a lot of the names that are being linked to the Bears job right now are defensive head coaches. And somebody had the thought process that might be because the Bears are going to lean on whoever comes in, retaining Tommy Brown as offensive coordinator. No, hell no. No, I'm sorry. I'm not here for it. Let me shut that garbage down right now. Whoever coach that comes in here needs to pick his own staff. I do not want Tommy Brown on the next staff. I don't. Now, again, if the next head coach comes in here and they really like Tommy Brown, I guess, but I do not want the Bears forcing anybody to keep a staff member from the previous regime. I'm sorry, I don't. They have done nothing to earn that. We did the same thing with Chris Morgan this year when Eberflus got hired, and how has that gone? It's gone nowhere. The line has been garbage as hell. For the past 3 years, the line has been nothing but garbage. But Chris Morgan is covers it. No, get him out of there. He needs to go. Brown needs to go. We need a clean slate in Chicago. Whoever the next head coach is needs to bring their own people in here. Period. Okay? When they come in to interview, they should have an idea of the staff that they're going to bring in anyway. So why are the Bears trying to make somebody retain Tommy Brown? No, I'm not here for it. No, thank you. I mean, I guess it's not the worst idea in the world, But I would rather not do that. So no, I am not comfortable with the Bears making a candidate retain Thomas Brown. Hell no. Let these people pick whoever they want. Now, I guess if they want Thomas Brown, then if he's comfortable with it, then cool. My other thing is, why would Thomas Brown be comfortable with that? Now, I do understand that. I believe he's still on the contract, although I don't know how long his contract is. But I believe Thomas Brown is still under contract with the Bears, so apparently the Bears can do whatever they want with him. But why would you even do that to Thomas Brown? Why would you make Thomas Brown stick around for a new coaching regime after promoting him to head coach, and now you're going to demote him back to OC? That is ass backwards, people. I'm sorry. They should let Thomas Brown go and find other employment. Now, if he wants to stay in Chicago, that's one thing. But again, I don't really want him here. I think he should go. They need a clean sweep of the entire coaching staff when they bring in whoever they bring in. Thomas Brown needs to be gone. But if you bring in somebody like a Mike Vrabel, which I'll get into more in a minute, and he wants Thomas Brown, I'm not going to really poo-poo it, but I don't know if Mike Vrabel's going to want Thomas Brown or anybody from the previous staff. But I don't know. I guess but I think, in my opinion, there should be a clean sweep. The entire coaching staff that was there this year need to be gone. They need to be elsewhere tomorrow afternoon. They need new employment. They should all be fired immediately. So that's how I feel about that. Also, speaking of clean sweep and being fired or cut or whatever, let's talk about some of these players that are questionable to be back next year. Number one, Tevin Jenkins. Okay. Tevin Jenkins is a good guard. He is a good, serviceable NFL guard. But you cannot bring him back to Chicago. I'm sorry. You cannot bring Tevin Jenkins back to the squad. He's unreliable. He has missed games every year he's been in the league. And I know it looks like, and the stat will say that he played 14 games this year. But out of the 14 games that he played this year, I think he left the game 5 times with an injury. So he really played like 9 full games, and then 5 games he played parts of. And again, he's missed games every single year. You cannot pay him, especially a top dollar. Now, if he wants to come back for a hometown discount, then I might be willing to entertain that. Although with his injury history, I don't know why he would, because it would seem to me that he wants some type of financial stability or security, I should say, stability, security, whatever, because of how often he gets injured. But as a Chicago Bears front office, you can't pay that man. You can't bring that man back under any circumstances. I'm sorry. Let him go. You can't pay him. You can't trust him. This offensive line needs to be completely overhauled, rebuilt. The only person that needs to be back here on the line next year is Darnell Wright. Everybody else can be gone, fired, sent away, just vanished out of here. I don't know what the deal is with Larry Borom, but he needs to be gone. Tevin Jenkins needs to be gone. Coleman Shelton needs to be gone. I think he's on a 1-year deal anyway. He needs to be gone. Who's the right guard? Matt Pryor. Gone. They all need to go. We need to completely revamp the line. We can keep Darnell Wright because he has a future. I think he's okay. But other than Darnell Wright, they all need to be gone. There is no excuse to keep any of these linemen. They need to be gone. Kyler Gordon, one of the lone bright spots this year. That's somebody that you need to pay, Ryan Poles. If you're still going to be around here past tomorrow, Ryan Poles, you need to consider paying Kyler Gordon. He is an amazing player, an excellent nickel corner. The dude is legit. Pay Kyler, get him, keep him, pay him, do what you got to do. Pay that man. Kyler Gordon, legit. Which brings me to Keenan Allen. Bruh. Keenan Allen. You know, Keenan Allen is a 50-50 for me. Because on one hand, he's Caleb's safety blanket. It seems like whenever Caleb is in trouble, he goes and leans on Keenan Allen. But on the other hand, Keenan Allen is another one who misses games every year in his old advanced age, and he wants a lot of money. And I don't know if I'm comfortable paying Keenan Allen some $20 million next year to bring him back. Now, again, if he wants to come back on a reduced deal, which I don't think he is, because he's probably still going to feel like he's one of the best receivers in the league, and he might have a point to some extent, but you can't pay him the $23 million again next year that you pay him this year. I think we paid him $23 million this year. You can't pay Keenan Allen $23 million. He is not. Keenan Allen is not worth $23 million. I'm sorry, he's not. He's just not, period. So if he does want to come back to Chicago next year and he's looking for another $23 million payday, bye-bye, Keenan Allen. We don't need you that much. We could draft somebody, okay? Or we could pay somebody significantly less money than we paid Keenan Allen. He is not worth $23 million on anybody's planet. I'm sorry, he's not. So as much as I understand the process of bringing him back next year, you gotta do it at a price that makes sense for the team. You can't bring him back for $23 million. Hell no, absolutely not. Get out of here. Miss me completely with Keenan Allen for $23 million next year. I'm not interested. No. So, we won today. So people are, I know there are some Bears fans out there that are a little upset that the Bears won today because that kind of messes up our draft stock a little bit. And no, I kind of feel that way a little bit, although I'm never going to poo-poo beating the Packers. But the draft stock didn't really change much today either way, with a loss anyway. We are going to be picking 10th in the draft, which is still pretty good. We're still picking top 10. We're number 10, I think. I don't think they're going to change. Now, there's still some games that need to be played tonight. But I don't think those games are going to change much for us. I think we are picking 10th, and that's pretty much going to be it. Also, the Carolina Panthers won today, so their pick is going to be a little bit higher up as well. I think they're going to be like 41-42 for that second round pick. So, yeah. Again, not too much of a change in draft positioning, you know. So, oh my God. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Well, it has started. Black Friday has officially begun on Black Sunday. I just got a notification that the Patriots have fired Jerod Mayo. That is just ridiculous. I know this is a Bear channel, but that's absolutely ridiculous. Jerod Mayo was your hand-picked successor for Bill Belichick, and you fire him after a year? What? All right, that is crazy to me, but I digress. What was I talking about? I got sidetracked. I'm sorry, y'all. So the Bears are picking 10th, and the Carolina Panthers second round pick is going to be 41-42 or whatever. So that's that. So that's where we're at with the draft pick for the Chicago Bears. We're picking number 10, I think, depending on what happens tonight, but I think it's going to be 10, and then we're picking 41, and then we'll pick 41 and 42, and those will be our first 3 picks in the NFL draft. Now, moving on to the offseason and what needs to happen. I don't know about you all, but after watching today's game and watching the events of this season unfold, it is painfully clear to me that the Bears need an offensive-minded head coach over everything. I do not care about your leader of men. I do not care about your defensive-minded head coaches. I need an offensive coach in this organization, on this team. For Caleb Williams and the offense. The offense has been inept the entire season. The defense ain't the problem on this team. I mean, yeah, they fell off when Eberflus got fired, sure. But the defense has the money players on it. You got Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat, and other people over there that are getting paid or whatever. So the defense is the strong side of the ball. The deficiencies in the Chicago Bears lie on the offensive end, which means that you need to bring in an offensive-minded head coach to balance that stuff out and to make sure that you nurture and develop Caleb. I do not want a defensive coordinator who's going to cycle through offensive coordinators like you're changing underwear. I'm sorry. I need an offensive-minded head coach in this building next year. Ben Johnson needs to be the priority. I'm sorry. I don't care about anybody else out there. Ben Johnson needs to be the priority. The only defensive head coach that I will even entertain, and I mean entertain is a strong entertain, because I don't even want to entertain it. But it's a strong, I will entertain it a little bit if Mike Vrabel. If it's an offensive coach and his name is not Mike Vrabel, I'm not interested. We need an offensive-minded head coach in this building. We need a Ben Johnson, a Liam Cohen, a Joe Brady, a Todd Monken, a Cliff Kingsbury. Oh my goodness, I did not just say Cliff Kingsbury. Ugh, it makes my skin crawl. But yes, even Cliff Kingsbury, I will entertain over any defensive person coming into this organization. Football, today is an offensive game. Offense rules the day. The coaches that are in the Super Bowl and winning it are offensive-minded head coaches. It will be organizational malpractice, in my opinion, for the Chicago Bears to bring a defensive-minded head coach into the building with Caleb Williams as your quarterback. It will be organizational malpractice, and they've done enough of that for 1 year in 2024. How about nurturing the best quarterback that you've had in eons here in Caleb Williams and getting him an offensive mind that he could build a relationship with and grow as a quarterback? Ben Johnson needs to be the priority. And at this point, I don't care how much he costs. If you want $15 million, you pay him $15 million and don't even think about it. You're the Chicago Bears. You're a multi-billion-dollar organization. $15 million is a drop in the bucket. It doesn't even count against your salary cap. I don't want to hear about, oh my God, he costs too much. No. Your organization is worth it. Your fans are worth it. I am tired of the Bears bargain basement shopping at the most important aspect of the football team. The offensive line, the second least inexpensive offensive line, or the second least expensive offensive line in the league, and the dude got sacked 68 times. Your head coach was a first-time coordinator or whatever, and you only paid him $4.5 million a year. Look how that worked out. Being cheap has not worked. You are much too valued as an organization to be so cheap with the most precious part of your football team. You have an elite franchise quarterback in place now. There is no excuse to be cheap anymore if you're the Chicago Bears. You have Caleb Williams on a rookie deal, and you have the opportunity to hire a head coach in here that can completely change the trajectory of your franchise. It is time to grow up, McCaskey, and stop being cheap. If Ben Johnson wants $15 million, you pay that man what he wants and bring him in here come hell or high water, okay? If Ben Johnson goes somewhere else, then you pay Mike Vrabel whatever the hell he wants and bring Mike Vrabel in here. I don't care at this point. We don't care anymore. You are a $6.4 billion organization. Stop being so damn cheap and bring the best to Chicago because Chicago deserves the best. Period. Your fans deserve the best. We are tired of being fed excuses and lies and just you being cheap. I read some transcripts from that interview from Ryan Poles today. He sounds like he's a deer in headlights right now. He sounds like he don't know what the hell he's doing out there in the front office. But hopefully he figures it out. You got some runway, Ryan, because we know that the whole Eberflus hiring was kind of semi-arranged or it might have been, it might not have been. I don't know. But you got a little grace with that. You're not getting any grace with this, Ryan Poles. You have full autonomy to do your research and come up with the best head coach to bring this organization forward. And the obvious name is Ben Johnson, and you got Mike Vrabel. If you can't get Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel is out there. I'm sorry, y'all. There is no world in which the Chicago Bears should not come out of this head coaching search with either Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel. You got to get one or the other. You're the Chicago Bears. What are we doing here? Oh, we got a visitor. What's up, Jeep Guy? How you doing, man? Jeep Guy said, it sure felt great to win one against the Packers. It did. I can't sit here and lie. Again, I was kind of hoping that I was kind of hoping for better draft positioning, but I'm not going to get mad at beating the Packers. But now we got to go get the coach right. We see that we have a franchise quarterback in the building. Now it's time to go out there and get him the best coach possible. Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel. You need to come out with one of these two coaches, Chicago, and you are the Chicago Bears. There is no reason why you shouldn't end up with Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel, preferably Ben Johnson, especially considering that he wants the job. Ben Johnson has been tied to the job since last year when you should have fired Matt Eberflus, but you didn't. You should have fired him last year. But now it's open, and now Ben Johnson still wants the job. So there's no world where you can tell me that you got the hottest coaching candidate out there who is interested in your job and you can't go get him? And you're trying to tell me that Jacksonville is your biggest obstacle to Jaguars? Get out of here. The Jaguars are your obstacle to Ben Johnson? Absolutely, positively not. You are the Chicago damn Bears. Jacksonville is a damn rock. And you're a giant. Step on Jacksonville if you got to. Do not tell me that you lose Ben Johnson to Jacksonville. I will laugh. And then I'll be pissed. Because there's no world where you should lose Ben Johnson to Jacksonville. That is egregious. That is garbage. I don't want to hear that at all. Go get Ben Johnson. You know, there have been conflicting reports about this Jeep guy. Some people are saying that he wants Poles gone, but there's other people who have, a couple of leaders have said that he's willing to work with Poles. I don't know, man. I don't know. But here's my thing, Jeep guy. Here's my thing. If you talk to Ben Johnson and he wants his own GM, you fire Ryan Poles. Fire him into the sun. You do not lose out on Ben Johnson because of some loyalty to Ryan Poles, who's done nothing to gain loyalty. Ryan Poles have been here for 3 years, and for 3 years, we have had losing seasons. And for 3 years, we picked in the top 10 every year since Poles has been GM. So you tell me, where has the progress been? He was supposed to come in here and take the North and never give it back. He's taking the bottom place of the North, and he had to give that back. That's for damn sure. But he's done nothing to warrant any type of loyalty to him. And if you have a chance to get the top head coach candidate out there, and the thing is, he doesn't want Ryan Poles, well, bye, Ryan. You got to go. You cannot lose out on Ryan or on Ben Johnson because you keep Ryan Poles. But again, there have been reports out there that Ben Johnson is willing to work with Poles. Again, I don't know. But whatever the case, whatever Ben Johnson wants, give it to him. He's more than just an ordinary coordinator, okay? Ben Johnson has been running his own offense, not somebody else's offense, but his own offense for 3 years, and he has dominated. For 3 years, he dominated. Not only has Ben Johnson dominated for 3 years, he dominated your division. The NFC North, the division that you're trying to take and never give it back, Ben Johnson owned it. So I don't understand. How hard is it? This is not difficult to me. The guy is out there. He wants to come to Chicago. He literally owns the division. He's probably going to be in or win the Super Bowl with the Lions this year. You give him what he wants and get the hell out the way. Period. This is not hard to me. This is too easy for Ryan Poles. Even Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren can't mess this up. You go get Ben Johnson. Period. I'm glad we can agree, bro. I'm glad we can agree. Ian Cunningham is not going to be GM of the Chicago Bears, especially if Ryan Poles is out. Him and Ryan Poles are absolute best friends. He is not going to take the job if Poles gets out there. He will be out with Poles. And I would argue that probably for the best, because Ian Cunningham is just as culpable in all of this as Ryan Poles. He's Ryan Poles' right-hand man, and we've done nothing in the past 3 years with Ian Cunningham as his right-hand man. So I don't really want Ian Cunningham here either. If Poles is out, then Ian Cunningham has to be out with him. Because again, what has Ian Cunningham done to warrant staying here? Nothing. I mean, you could say that he stopped Poles from training up for Rome Odunze in the draft. Okay. But other than that, what has he done? I'm not saying Ian Cunningham is a bad guy or anything, but again, he has done nothing to warrant being here. When he Poles' right-hand man, and the failures of the organization are on both Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham. This roster, not very competitive this year. 5-12. How? That falls on Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham. So I don't even want him here. And I know for a fact he would not want to be here if Poles got fired. So y'all can stop that. That's not happening. Rich Lowe, what's up, man? Rich Lowe says, one Pro Bowler in Poles' time and it's not even his pick. Exactly. He's been here 3 years and not a single Pro Bowler in the 3 years he's been here. Come on, man. And 3 years is more than enough time to figure out if you got some type of Pro Bowl talent. Now, I think in the future, Caleb Williams will be a Pro Bowler, but that's easy. Caleb Williams, too. Everybody knows Caleb Williams was the man. Any GM with a brain would have picked Caleb Williams number 1 overall. So, as nice as that is for Poles, I can't give him too much credit for Caleb Williams, okay? Because that's just too easy. But no Pro Bowl talent, no blue chip talent. Besides Caleb and Rome Odunze, no blue chip talent for Ryan Poles. Where are they? Where's the blue chippers? Where are they? I don't see them. Y'all see them? Let me know. Please let me know in the chat. I don't see them, bro. I don't know. All right, Jeep Dot says, Johnson's interview for the Bears went the last game we played him. Oh, bro. Ben Johnson have been campaigning for the Bears for a minute, yo. Like it's clear that he wants to come here. He's made it crystal clear that he wants to come here, but he's also made it clear that he has certain demands that need to be met by this organization if they want to bring him in. And more power to him. I know people were complaining about that. I made a video about those demands, and people were feeling some type of way that Ben Johnson has demands because who is Ben Johnson? He doesn't want anything. He's a coordinator, blah, blah, blah. Ben Johnson is the hottest coaching candidate probably in a long time. So when you're the hottest coaching candidate in a long time, you get to make demands. And his demands aren't really unreasonable, in my opinion. He wants the organization to figure out where they went wrong and make a plan to fix it. Any candidate worth their salt is going to want the same thing from the organization. Identify where you went wrong and have a plan to fix it. That's going to be for any head coach candidate, not just Ben Johnson. He's just the one that put that out there on Front Street for the people to understand. But anybody that comes in is going to need Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren to have a plan to make things better. Because anybody that comes in is going to want to ensure their success. They're not going to want Warren and Poles to be tippy-toeing around the issues. They're going to want Poles and Warren to address the issues head on and fix them, so they can have sustained success in their head coaching tenure in Chicago. And if Poles and Warren aren't willing to do that, then they're going to lose out on a lot of good candidates, and that's on them. But what Ben Johnson asked for is not too much, in my opinion. Calvin C, what's up, bro? He says, FGB, bear down. Calvin, you ain't never lied, bro. FGB, you all know what FGB is. I can't say it on the YouTube airwaves, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. But yeah, we beat Green Bay for the first time in 5 years today? 6 years, since 7 years now. Because we beat them I think the last time we beat them was in 2018. So it's been 7 years since we beat the Packers, yo. 7 years. My Lord, what are we doing? All right, we have Broski Bear. What's up, Broski? Says, our two best players on defense this season were Edwards and Byard. Okay. So those are definitely wins for Ryan Poles because he signed TJ Edwards and he signed Kevin Byard at free agency. So, Ryan Poles, you get 2 points for those two. But those are two positives among a long list of negatives for Ryan Poles, okay? So, again, and whether or not Ryan Poles comes back, I don't know if I have much, I don't know if I feel one way or another. My thing about Ryan Poles is that I don't want him here if it costs us Ben Johnson. I am more tied to having Ben Johnson here than I am Ryan Poles. If Ryan Poles can be here and Ben Johnson wants to work with Ryan Poles, then I don't care if Ryan Poles is here. I'm cool with it. But if we lose out on Ben Johnson because we won't carry Ryan Poles, I'm going to be pissed. And you should be pissed. Because there's no way we should be tying the future of the franchise to a GM that has done nothing to deserve it in 3 years. I'm sorry. No. We didn't even give Justin Fields that courtesy. We sent him packing after 3 years. How come we can't send Poles packing after 3 years, okay? Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. So, again, if Ben Johnson is okay working with Ryan Poles, then I'm all good with Poles staying on board. But if Ben Johnson wants his own guy, Poles has to go. Bye-bye, Ryan Poles. Get out. Don't let the door hit you on your way out, son. You got to go. Period. All right, we got more comments in here. Also, I appreciate y'all dropping into the live stream. I know I don't live stream too much on the channel, but I am going to try to do more live streams on here. But also, thank you guys for being here. We are close to 300 subscribers here. So if you know people that are interested in Bears, opinionated Bear talk, let them know about the channel, man. Your boy out here. I'm posting Monday through Friday videos every Monday through Friday. And sometimes on the weekends like this where we might go live and things like that. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. So thank you for dropping in. I'm loving the channel growth and loving chatting with you all about the Chicago Bears because I am deeply passionate. And I know you guys are deeply passionate about the Bears. So let's have this conversation, man. Let's get some more people on the conversation. So if you know people that are interested in the Bears, let them know your boy out here. Bears Yard is out here, yo. Tell them to come join the yard party, yo. Tell them to come join the yard party. We are here. And we are only going to grow as this offseason gets major, yo. Let's go. All right, moving on with the chat. Let's see. Brokey says, we need an HD with experience. Ben Johnson isn't known for grooming QBs. See, I get that. I get that. I do. But more importantly than that, I want the best man for the job. I don't care if they have experience or not. I want the best man for the job. And in my opinion, the best man for the job it's Ben Johnson. But if you absolutely have to have a head coach with experience, Mike Vrabel is my pick. I want Mike Vrabel. He is the only non-offensive guy that I'm even worth considering. I'm even entertaining in this whole process, okay? I will entertain Mike Vrabel. I will not entertain any other person that is not offensive-minded head coach. Mike Vrabel, I will entertain because that dude is a legit head coach. He is a football guy. He has a sense of tendency. He's a very bright individual, and I think Mike Vrabel would do a good job here, assuming he could get a good offensive staff in place, which I have faith that he would be able to do that. But he is the only defensive person that I would even entertain for this job. Everybody else, no thank you. All right, Brosy goes on to say, I'd rather have Gruden or Doug Peterson. Okay, I want nothing to do with Doug Peterson. He's done nothing with Trevor Lawrence, so I don't want Doug Peterson at all. Gruden, nobody touching John Gruden. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people want Gruden or interested in Gruden. The NFL's not touching that man. No, and the McCarthy's definitely aren't touching John Gruden. Yup. Come on, bro. The McCarthy's, the same McCarthy's that don't want you to hear profanity on Hard Knocks, and they're going to bring in John Gruden? No, not even close. Not even at all. So I would not expect the Bears to touch John Gruden with a 10-foot pole. That would be a kind of a fun little interview if they even interviewed him, but I don't even think they're going to give him the courtesy of an interview, to be honest. So you can talk about John Gruden, but that's fairy tale, y'all. I'm sorry, that's a fairy tale. All right, he goes on to say, Post also gave Edmonds a huge contract, but that he shouldn't have. Yo, Tremaine Edmonds might be the most overpaid linebacker in football. Tremaine Edmonds, what has he done, yo? What has Tremaine Edmonds done to deserve the money that we paid him? Very little. Like, I'm not going to say he's a bum, but he's pretty damn close. For what we're paying Tremaine Edmonds, he might as well be a bum because he's done nothing, bro. He rarely shows up in the game. Rarely. I mean, he might make a tackle or two a game, but he has not made many impact plays on defense at all. So I'm just like, whatever. That was a waste of money, in my opinion. All right, Jeep got this. Johnson should have a say in player personnel. Absolutely, he should. Because the number one thing he's going to need, which I think we all realize, is that offensive line. He's going to need and want that offensive line upgrading. And if he has an idea of how to make that happen, you got to listen to him, because we've seen that Ryan Poles, even though Poles is a former offensive lineman, can't pick an offensive lineman to save his damn life. So let Ben Johnson help you, okay? If Ben Johnson wants to stay in player personnel, you give him that, okay? I don't care if he's a first-time head coach. I don't care. He's running the best offense in football and have been for 3 years running. Clearly, he knows the personnel that he needs to run that offense. So you let him have a say, Ryan. Get that through your head. Let Ben have what he wants, okay? Give Ben what he wants. All right, Jeep guys, and I'm happy to have subbed on the ground floor and looking forward to seeing your channel grow. I appreciate you, man. All y'all that are here in the early days, man. The early subscribers are the best, man, because y'all seen the y'all here for the beginning of this. I don't know where the channel's gonna go, man. I made the channel 2 years ago, but I've only started posting to it regularly back in November. So, or actually December, really, back in December, I guess. So I've only been going really hard for a little over a month now. So to see the growth that I've had on the channel in a month is kind of crazy. And I thank all of you guys for being here, rocking out, and helping the channel grow, and just being here to talk Bear football with me. Because again, y'all, we got a long offseason ahead of us, so there's going to be a lot of Bear football to talk about moving forward. We got the head coaching search that will begin in earnest right now. Obviously, we got free agency in March, then the NFL draft coming up in April, and then we can talk about training camp and OTAs and all that stuff in the summer. So I'm excited to see where the channel can go, and I'm excited to have you guys along for the ride. So again, sincerely, thank you guys for being here and rocking out with me as we grow this channel, man. So thank you. Let's see what else we got here. Brokey says, Lucas Patrick and Nate Davis were great signings. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. Woo! Oh, my God. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling, but that's hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. Oh, my Lord. Oh, wow. Man, talk about train wrecks on both accounts. Train wrecks on both accounts, bro. Lucas Patrick and Nate Davis. Nate Davis especially, my Lord. Talk about the worst signing maybe in general manager history with Nate Davis. My Lord, he was paid him 10 years. Oh, no, not 10 years, Lord. 3 years, $30 million a year, or $30 million for 3 years. Excuse me, I'm getting my facts mixed up. But Nate Davis got, what he got? 3 years, 30 million, and you ended up cutting him after year 2, and he did nothing. Good Lord. Ah. All right, mock draft. Oh, wow. I don't know if I'm gonna do any mock. I'm not really that deep into scouting like that, so I might not be doing mock draft. Now, what I might do is respond to other people's mock draft and talk about those. But me coming up with mock draft, I'm not that deep into scouting like that. There's other channels out there that will do that, but it's probably not gonna be me. This is more like sports talk radio. Like I see things out there and I respond to them and I give you my thoughts about it, and then we go from there. We have a discussion. I'm not really the scouting type per se. I'm just a fan that has a lot of opinions about the Bears, and that's why I made the channel, yo. I made the channel to have to have my opinions out there and do that, and that's what I'm gonna do moving forward here. But as far as coming up with mock draft, not really my thing. Although, what I could do is there are going to be mock draft simulators out there, so maybe we'll go through a simulated mock draft. Or maybe I'll do that live with you guys. Maybe we can go through some like the mock draft simulator and see who's there in the first round, and maybe we could do that. And we could do that together. That'd be pretty interesting. I don't know if any Bear channels have done. They do mock draft, but I don't know if anybody has done like a live simulated mock draft. So maybe we'll do a live simulated mock draft. These mock draft simulators that are going to be out there. So that'd be interesting when the time comes. So yeah, but as far as like coming up with my own mock draft and doing all that, that's not really my thing. But I might react to them. But yeah. But no, I appreciate the idea though. So thank you for that. For sure. If you guys have any other questions or comments for me, feel free to drop them in the chat. Again, I appreciate y'all being here. As we climb the road to 300 subscribers, we are currently at 296. So we are 4 subscribers away from 300. So again, if you know anybody that loves the Bears and that are passionate about the Bears, please feel free to share the channel out. Let them know that your boy Viper is here. Viper is here doing Bears Yard Monday through Friday here. I post videos every Monday through Friday. I do long videos. I do YouTube shorts sometimes. And then we got the live streams I might do from time to time. So yeah, let them know that we're here, man. Let them know that we are here talking all things Chicago Bears. Again, we got a big off season coming up. It's gonna be a lot of chatter, a lot of opinions going on around the Bears, and I'm gonna be at the center, at the forefront, giving you my opinion, my takes on everything that happens. Especially really starting tomorrow to see if Ryan Poles does keep his job. And I told you guys in the video, I do expect him to keep his job. It's been reported that the McCaskies want him on the search for the head coach. The McCaskies specifically want Ryan Poles running the search. So that tells me that they have no plans on firing him. But on the flip side of that, like I told y'all in my video, the Bears have yet to interview anybody when they could have. So why are you waiting? The only reason why I could consider the Bears waiting to hire anybody or to talk to anybody or interview anybody is if you are planning on firing Ryan Poles. Because if you're planning on firing Ryan Poles, then it wouldn't make sense for him to talk to anybody to interview for the job if he's not going to be here. But by all reports, he's going to be here. So I don't know what the Bears are waiting for. If you tell me that the Bears are waiting for the season to be over with and they want to respect Thomas Brown, bro, you are an organization. You got to do business. Business still has to be conducted regardless. Thomas Brown's not going to be here, more than likely, unless they mandate that he be here. And now, like I told y'all, I think that's a mistake if you mandate that he's here. But Thomas Brown's not going to be here next year. So what are you expecting exactly? Like, we got to get the future on the road. We got to get this process going on because the Bears aren't going to be the only team that has a head coaching opening. The Patriots just fired Gerard Mayo, and we thought they were going to keep him, and they fired him. So now it's the Jets, the Saints, the Bears, and the Patriots, and more to come. Peterson is expected to be fired out of Jacksonville, so Jacksonville is going to be another team that has a head coaching opening starting tomorrow, maybe tonight even. So these openings are going to become more as in the next 24 to 48 hours, and the Bears are just on their hands and feet waiting to interview people. No, get on it. Start now. Stop waiting. Get in there. Damn it. So that's that. All right. Before I get out of here, ain't that the truth, bro? Cheap guy. This organization always doing things ass backwards. You ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied. But before I get out of here, if you guys want to know the timeline for somebody's interview, because somebody's interview won't be able to be conducted right away, like the Bears, when they can talk to Ben Johnson depends on the outcome of tonight's game with the Vikings. So the Vikings and the Lions play tonight, right? If the Lions win that game tonight, the Bears can talk to Ben Johnson this week because the Lions will have a bye week before their first playoff game, and that will open the window for the Bears to do their initial interview with Ben Johnson. They can do it this week if the Lions win tonight. If the Lions lose tonight, then the Bears cannot interview him until after January 19th. So they have to wait a while. But on the flip side of that, if the Bears also want to talk to Brian Flores of the Vikings, if the Vikings win tonight, they can interview Brian Flores this week. But obviously, if the Vikings lose tonight, then the Bears can't interview him until after January 19th. I talked about this in my last video. I think it's called "What Are the Chicago Bears Waiting For?" So if you want to know the whole breakdown of when the Bears can interview people and different things like that, go check out my last video, "What Are the Chicago Bears Waiting For?" I break it all down in that video about the timelines and how they work and what's going on with that. So make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. But I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all dropping in for the impromptu chat, man. Again, I'm going to try to go live more often here because I know a lot of y'all want to come on here and talk Bears, and I'm trying to grow the channel and different things like that. So don't worry, we'll be back here more often in the future for sure. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. How about them Bears? We beat the Packers for the first time in 5 years. Happy New Year to you too, Jeep Guy. And until next time, bear down. We out.